Yo, it's a Toronto Morning Podcast. It's 11:02:23. Let's see what's in the news today.
The vicious attack happened inside this Brampton mall back on Monday, October 23rd, and police say the victim and suspect are strangers. The video shows a suspect approaching the 23-year-old woman. He knocks her phone out of her hand. She reacts by slapping him in the face, and then he pummels her like a punching bag. We counted at least 10 powerful strikes to the head and body.
Okay, so what kind of guy punches a woman in a mall 10 times? If you look at the video, he just goes up to her and just starts boxing her, man, like 10 times. She slapped him pretty good, though, I must say. Doesn't really look like she did anything to deserve that. But still, you can't be doing that. People out here are crazy right now, man. They're saying these kind of crimes are going like way up these days. Violent crime, especially by young people.
Police have also released a couple of images of the man they're looking for, along with a clear picture of a distinctive red hoodie he was wearing. On the front, it says Hellstar Records.
What kind of man are you, bro? Like, honestly, who does that to a woman? And like, there's nothing she could have done to deserve that. I predict they're gonna catch this guy pretty quick. When he goes to jail, he's not gonna do that well.
We want the community to know that we're gonna be doing everything we can to identify, locate, and arrest the suspect.
Yeah, one thing I know that when you go to jail for like beating women or messing around with little kids or anything like that, man, those inmates do not treat you very well. You're gonna see from this next story. Kind of falls in the same category. Let's hear it.
The former Minneapolis police officer convicted in the murder of George Floyd hospitalized after being stabbed at the Arizona prison where he's serving a more than 20-year sentence.
So yeah, TMZ confirmed this guy got stabbed 22 times by another inmate. Not really surprised, man. I'm telling you, if you do some fuckery shit out there and you go to jail, those inmates are gonna fuck you up. Like, for sure. Like I said about the guy who punched a woman in the mall. If they find out you're in there for punching a woman in the face at the shopping mall, you're gonna get fucked up. Like, for sure, man. Like this cop who killed George Floyd, like people cared about that, man. They were protesting like all around the world, pretty much, like all around North America, for sure. They were protesting on my street over here, and it was like, man, it was pretty crazy. People cared about that shit. Not surprised he got stabbed 22 times.
In a statement, the Bureau of Prisons confirmed an assault happened around 12:30 p.m. local time Friday, but did not name Chauvin. The agency said employers performed life-saving measures before transferring the inmate to the hospital.
Yeah, that cop, it's one of those guys, if he died, people wouldn't even care. They'd be like, good. That probably wouldn't be good if he died. He probably doesn't deserve to die. I don't know. Being a cop is a hard job, man, especially in the States, man. Everybody has guns and cops are getting shot at all the time. It's a pretty crazy job out there. Yeah, I grew up with a guy who became a cop, and he would always say that like he had PTSD from all the stuff that he's seen, from like evicting people from their homes, being the first responder on car crashes, breaking up fucking fights and fucking shootings, everything, man. That shit fucks with your head, man. And you know, you do that for like 10 years, you know, you won't hesitate. So it is what it is, man. Next story.
Okay, so the November jobs report did come in better than expected, Melissa. The creation of almost 25,000 jobs in November. The expectation was for about 15,000.
See, this is what I've been saying. It's not as bad as people make it out to be. We're acting like it's the end of the world. Like the economy is so bad, it's so this, it's so that. Like I know the numbers at the food bank are up and stuff like that, but from my observation and what I'm seeing in the world, it's not that bad. And, you know, I'm really curious to see what it's going to be like this time next year.
And then growth in the population due to high levels of immigration continued to outpace job gains, suggesting a slowdown in employment demand.
Immigrants, I knew it was them. I just wonder what's going to happen when the interest rates do come down. Are we going to have like a boom in the economy and like we're not going to have enough workers, or is there going to be too many people here? Like, who knows, right? I'm sure we're going to hear about it in the next election.
That's exactly it. This is part of an overarching theme, let's say, of sort of a softening economy in Canada, which, if I can find a bright spot here, probably means we're not going to see interest rate hikes anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, the interest rates are going to come down eventually. They have to. I think by the end of next year, That's the prediction, right? But, you know, who knows? They say Trudeau's going to be prime minister until 2025. They have to get it together by then. They have to. It would be good for Poilievre if they can get an election next year. 'Cause that's the only chance he has, really. Because Trudeau, you know, they're calling him the chef. Chef boy, are we screwed? Seen that one. All right, next story.
It's not a deer. What Paul Rellinger spotted is a kangaroo.
It got up and started to not run along the roadway, it started hopping.
It is a big deal in Oshawa, about 40 minutes east of Toronto, on December 1st in the snow.
A kangaroo in Oshawa in the snow. Why is there a kangaroo running around Oshawa? That's crazy. For what reason? It didn't escape from the zoo. It didn't escape from African lion safari. What could it possibly be doing in Oshawa?
It's not illegal to own a kangaroo in the province of Ontario because the only animals you can't own in Ontario are a pit bull and an orca.
Where are you going to keep an orca? Why is that in the legislation? I don't know, man. Ever since that Tiger King show came out, I think people just want to have these exotic animals. They want to be like Mike Tyson with the tigers, you know what I mean?
Durham Regional Police told Global News that a delivery driver was transporting 2 kangaroos Thursday evening to Quebec and en route stopped in Oshawa to let both kangaroos stretch their legs, and that is when one went missing. Police were called here to search for the kangaroo and could not locate it, and hours later, it remains on the lam.
Oh, okay. You had to stop and let the kangaroos stretch their legs. That explains it. There's a kangaroo on the lam. That's fucking ironic. These are my favorite kind of stories. All right, man. That's it for me. Peace.